Peak season has arrived in Colorado, and we are doing that weekend warrior thing as you might expect. It is the quintessential Colorado experience, and I know it might seem kind of crazy to wake up at 5 a.m., hurry out the door, know you will still be stuck in traffic, and head out anyway. But what can I say? I love skiing, and a weekend day sitting at home just doesn't seem right this far into January. If you know me, you have probably heard me talk ad nauseum about how much it sucks to get into Copper on the weekends. You might have also heard me talk about how crowded the bases always feel, and wonder annoyingly why people always think it's so much better than Breck. Well, on this day, all the things that usually irritate me have been dialed up to 100. Everything required a wait in line, including the bathrooms. But the real question is, was the skiing good?
I drove around all across the land, thought that I was caught in a one-man band, but playing all those sad and lonely songs. My faith was lost, my hope was gone, my dreams were shattered and I was done. I was roaming down the street in my weary feet, and then you came along with the love so strong. You took me out of the cold into the fire. You're picking me up when I'm down on the ground. Whenever I'm low, you are lifting me higher, and when I am lost, you make sure that I'm found. Out of the cold into the fire. Out of the cold into the fire. This is too good for a man like me.
I have been sharing my skiing on YouTube for a couple years now. While I have shared plenty of POV clips of me skiing, I don't often have others film me. I like to say that I don't want to bug other people and slow them down just to film me. I want people to enjoy their ski day. And that is most definitely true and genuine. But another big reason I don't try to have this done is because I am very self-conscious. It gets worse when I periodically get essays in my comments about everything I am doing wrong. I often feel great about being able to get down steeper and more technical terrain, but I know it's often not pretty, especially when I'm being overly cautious, which of course is most of the time. When you see so many expert skiers charging down the mountain on social media, it's easy to feel like you are not good enough to show your face. I don't know why, the first person view just seems less intimidating. And if we're being honest here, a little bit easier to film than the other alternatives. But I kind of had an epiphany the other day when this reel popped up on my Instagram feed of this girl skiing a bunch of terrifying double black runs at Jackson Hole and calling herself mid. My first thought was, that is so badass. And my second thought was, I wish there were more content like this on the internet. My third thought was, wait a minute, I can totally be that person. I too am a mid-skier who loves double black runs. And I know that I would have appreciated a normie like myself doing technical runs when I was just getting into the tough stuff a few years back. And suddenly it felt kind of ridiculous to hide behind my POV shots. Anyway, shout out to Outdoor Caitlin, you really inspired me, and I might have to steal that mid-skier moniker because it's absolutely brilliant. Since I don't enjoy the logistics of coming to Copper, I am not here often and have only skied the back bowls once. The Mountain Chief area in particular is brand new to me today. I saw the cliffy area going up the lift and felt that familiar twinge in my stomach. I want to ski it. I'm scared, but I really want to ski it. What if I accidentally get cliffed out? But I really want to try skiing it. Okay, I'm skiing it.
It doesn't look too bad. I can do this. I can do this. Are you scared? Are you scared? It's definitely the spiciest thing we did all day. Look up.
I am not going to lie, I was really grumpy Saturday morning between being sleep deprived, the seemingly endless traffic, and the crazy lines everywhere. But the day always seems to turn around when skiing is involved. Mountain Chief was exhilarating, even though I was definitely taking it nice and easy like I usually do on a new run. I'm hoping that is something that can relate to at least one of you out there. I definitely had fun, and that is really what skiing is all about for me. If you have been watching for a while, you might have noticed that I am pretty skittish around rocks. I always feel like I have less room to maneuver than I actually do. Not that I am great at aiming or anything, but I do tend to underestimate my abilities to go exactly where I need to go, which is why I get so nervous in trees as well. Don't get me wrong, having rock bands around you on a steep slope is for sure high consequence, and I'm sure I can ski all this better a second time around. But I am really glad that I took it easy because otherwise there is a good chance I would have skied over that 10-foot drop without noticing. I do find myself starting to appreciate obstacles in these ungroomed runs lately. I am definitely still a bit nervous, but having skied over plenty of rocks now unscathed, I'm starting to really enjoy the added challenge when I have to navigate rocks and shrubs alongside moguls. It just makes things a little more interesting. As much as I am quite the copper hater, I have to admit that there are some really good runs out here. I still prefer the snow quality and terrain at places like A-Basin and Brack, but Mountain Chief felt really unique, and I am excited to come back and try some different lines. The conditions today were a little hit or miss, which is to be expected when we only have a few inches of new snow this week. However, we managed to find some nice and fresh lines off of the Sierra Lift, which is among my favorite spots at Copper. My husband kindly let me strap an Insta360 X3 on him today, and we are still trying to figure this out, but we are hoping to get more comfortable with him following me closer in the future. Maybe I'm just too used to seeing that first-person view, but I definitely hate my skiing more when it's shot like this. It somehow looks way slower than it feels. But whatever, I am not here to win any trophies, and I am kind of excited about contributing more of this mid-level content on the internet. Don't worry, the POVs are not going anywhere, but I will for sure be adding more shots like this in the future. I hope you enjoyed this video, subscribe if you haven't yet, and I will see you next time. Bye!